Hello everyone, this is Mr. Matthew here, and I will give you guys a reaction video. So today it's going to be a little bit more of a cynical reaction, like this reaction that I'm really not gonna like to watch, but I'm going to watch IGN's review of SpongeBob the Cosmic Shade. IGN, though this review is really trash, and I will highlight everything about it that makes it awful. Now, just before disclaimer, no, please, no harassment or anything, but here we're just gonna debunk all these like trash points that IGN made because they made some really like, honestly, it's just really embarrassing how Dame Journos and everyone downplayed SpongeBob the Cosmic Shade as like not being as good as Battle for Bikini Bottom. Like, SpongeBob the Cosmic Shade is legitimately one of the best 3D platformers I've ever played. It's really good, it's really fun. Like, every single level is just a lot of fun. The only thing I don't like about it is like maybe the ending, but that's about it. The ending is like the only thing that I'm not huge on. Everything else in the game is really wonderful and I really love it. And this review and reviews like these are absolutely trash. And also, yeah, I'm going to also react to another trash review, but we're gonna start with IGN because this review is genuinely like going to like it's such a huge like gigantic topic and seething of people rejecting this game, the Cosmic Shade, for being one of the best 3D platformers ever made. Like it genuinely is amazing. Like I recommend that you go buy the Cosmic Shade immediately, honestly. I know it's a 2-year old game, yes, it came out in 2023, but I don't care. It is still a great game, nonetheless. One of the best 3D platformers I've ever played, genuinely. So let's see what they have to say about it.
Whether I'm enjoying my favorite memes or going back to rewatch one of the only cartoons from my childhood that I still legitimately laugh at as an adult, it's hard to understate SpongeBob SquarePants' influence on my life. Through it
Yeah, they're going to do this. Yeah, that's just something they always do. They're gonna go through the whole. Oh, I've been a huge SpongeBob fan since I was a child. It's been one of my favorite shows growing up and whatnot. Like okay, like yeah, it was mine, and I loved the game. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. I loved the Cosmic Shade. It has everything going on for it.
all, the poorest goofball I've known for decades feels like the
And even the Padded Star theme, like even though I don't think the Padded Star theme is as good as both
perfect
Rehydrated and the Cosmic Shade, I still think it's a really solid theme where you just kind of like go around and do whatever you want. I still haven't like played it too much, but I definitely need to go back and play it more and more because it's really fun. I definitely recommend you guys to get the Padded Star game. It's really fun. Or like to that it. Yeah, it's really fun.
mascot for an over-the-top cartoonish platformer. While 2003's SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom proved it could be done, it hasn't aged particularly well.
Oh, no, it has aged well. Like what is this? It hasn't aged particularly well. Like no, it has honestly aged really well. Like if anything, I'd say there are two games I think have aged really well. Battle for Bikini Bottom has actually like aged well. I think Rehydrated is honestly really good the way they recolored everything, and I really liked and Creature from the Krusty Krab. I think is a game that really aged well. Like I think that game has honestly really aged well from the look of it.
And we've been in dire need of a modern take on that idea, starring everyone's favorite fry cook. And yet, like a collapsing Squidward souffle, SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake dried up my optimism the more I played it. It's merely a thin, by-the-numbers sequel to the 20-year-old Bikini Bottom rather than the ground-up redesign that we deserve. One that
Ah, no, it is a redesign, honestly. It gives you like the game gives you like what is the state of the oh, it's not like what we expected. Like it gives you everything you expected. It gives you new levels, it gives you new objectives, it gives you more platforming sections, like I don't know. Like, what more are you getting from
It
this?
absorbs the progress genre heroes like Mario or Ratchet and Clank have made in the decades since.
It can honestly stand up to those. Like maybe I would say maybe not as good as like Mario, but it can still be somewhat on par.
So,
Like we don't
although
have to
Cosmic
compare it.
Shake does benefit from the quirky SpongeBob characters and their world, as a platformer, it's a terribly bland journey that feels, well,
It'll be grueling, mind-numbing, and repetitive.
Oh, no, no. SpongeBob the Cosmic Shake is really good. It is one of the best 3D
Just
platformers
like
ever. Like, shut up about this. Like, oh, it feels more repetitive as you go along. Like, no, it never felt repetitive at all. There's honestly, like, every level I went to gives like even more and more new things to do. Like, there's like more and more things to do. There's more objectives. There's more territories to meet. Like, did this off and oh, it feels repetitive everywhere you go. Like, it's just laughable. Like, these people are laughable.
cleaning a litter box.
to be very clear, I understand that Cosmic Shake was almost certainly designed with children in mind, and I'm sure a kid who hasn't played a lot of better games yet would enjoy it just fine. But even so, I can't imagine any of the children I know enjoying this half as much as they would something like
Children are
Super Mario Odyssey.
Children are going to enjoy this game fine. Like they're going to absolutely love it. Especially especially not just children. Like anyone who is a huge fan of SpongeBob is going to get a huge hit out of this game. Like they're gonna absolutely love this game. And even then, I will say I actually do like this game just a little bit more than Battle for Bikini Bottom. I just think the objectives in this game are honestly better. Like that's what I'm saying, and children are still gonna like it. Like it's a very solid 3D platformer that's gonna hook them in. That has a lot of really cool moves, like the gliding, like the pizza gliding, like the bubble throwing, etc. Like there's some really like cool moves. Like I'd say that the moves in this game are honestly really good.
Which does practically everything better.
And also, this comparison to Super Mario Odyssey is just stupid. Like someone basically made it. It's like comparing a dinner made by your family to a dinner made by some famous chef. Like yeah, it's not as good as Odyssey. Yes, I mean Odyssey is like the better game, of course, but like it still is good. Like it still is really solid. It still is an amazing game. Like I'd say it's honestly one of my favorite SpongeBob games. I'd say it's probably up there in number one. Or maybe number two. I'm not sure about whether Battle for Bikini Bottom or Creature from the Krusty Krab is like on my number one, but it still is very up there. I really, you're gonna get a huge did out of this game, honestly. Plus, not to mention like the bosses in the game are honestly really like they're fun, honestly, even though they're not, you know, like they don't have like some of them don't really take hits, like the Mr. Trap Strange Chase or the Twitchy Tate one from Medieval Sulphur Fields. Some of them, they're not like, traditional boss fights, but they're still really good. They still provide some extra fun and they do feel climatic, well, for the most part, yeah.
In fact, there are just so many great kid-friendly platformers out there already in 2023 that aside from having SpongeBob's face in it, Cosmic Shake gives you no reason to play it instead of the multitude of alternatives. But as someone who grew up loving SpongeBob, I had to give it a try.
Now look what the snail dragged in.
As I've come to expect from this delightful sponge, the story begins when he makes a series of extremely ill-advised decisions which cause the very fabric of Bikini Bottom to be torn apart at the seams.
Also, what kid-friendly mascot platformers were there in 2023? I think there was Super Mario Bros. Wonder that came out back then, which was really good. I do really love Wonder, yeah. I'd say Wonder is better, but like besides that, I don't think there's much. Like Sonic Superstars, this team is much better than Sonic Superstars, that's for sure. Like this team is so much better than Sonic Superstars, that's for sure.
Determined to put things right, SpongeBob and a newly transformed balloon version of Patrick begin hopping through portals and fighting.
Well, like I don't think there were any other 3D platformers in 2023, as far as I remember, besides this game. besides, the Tales with Shade. I don't know. I might be, maybe I'm wrong, but like I don't think there were any games, there were any 3D platformers in 2023. If you don't, maybe there was, I think, Sonic Frontiers, the Final Horizon DLC, but besides that, there isn't much. Yeah.
Samey jelly monsters in search of their friends. What little plot follows is basically just a thinly veiled excuse to revisit memorable SpongeBob episodes, whether you're running around the prehistoric version of Bikini Bottom or the creepy depths of Rock Bottom. It's a nice trip down memory lane, but not exactly an original or memorable SpongeBob tale that can stand on its own.
No, no, no. It is very memorable. Like, honestly, the levels are very memorable. They offer a lot of like really new unique areas. Like they honestly take like locations and they kind of like spin them around in different, really unique ideas and make them really cool and stand out. Like they take jellyfish fields and turn it into like a Wild West type of setting. They take downtown Bikini Bottom and turn it into like a movie studio filming an action movie, like the studio filming an action movie. They take Rule Lagoon and made it a pirate setting. Broad Bottom and made it Halloween themed with made it Halloween and monster themed. Take prehistoric Cal Forest and made it all prehistoric. Like the Ark episode. You know. Like the Ark episode from season 3, like they really made a lot of like unique turns with these locations, with Love World making it, a hyper source of Tasmet jelly, with Lovey Love, being sad about it being ruined, and even Medieval Sulfur Fields is actually like an actual unique location. It's actually Medieval Sulfur Fields, I would say, is actually like a unique location. It's an original location. Some people may say, well, it's like the episode Dances and Dragons from season 4, but even then, it doesn't really look like it that much. There's still like a lot of differences here and there. So yeah, I'd say I don't know about this like whole, oh, it's unoriginal and unmemorable, this is stupid.
That nostalgic indulgence is helped greatly by the appearance of so many recognizable characters, all voiced by their original voice actors. We get SpongeBob.
Are you ready for a glovely adventure? Not.
Patrick.
Who would have thought that a magic potion from a mysterious fortune teller in a sketchy wagon could backfire?
Pearl.
Sorry, am I oversharing? It's my first day, and I'm so nervous!
The Flying Dutchman.
Without me ship, I'm just a pathetic ghost of my former self.
And Mr. Krabs.
Gotta take me back, I beg you.
Yeah, one of the best things about this team is that they actually have Clancy Brown voicing Mr. Krabs, which is great, honestly, because if you remember, he had this like really funny, I don't know, voice in Battle for Bikini Bottom where he's like, SpongeBob, bring me the golden spatula. It's like, I don't know how it sounds, but man, it was like so pathetic, genuinely, the way he sounded. And in Rehydrated, they didn't even fix that issue. It's like that's just laughable. But I'm glad they brought Clancy Brown is actually voicing Mr. Krabs in the games right now. I'm glad that he's voicing him in. I think he started voicing him in Plankton's Robotic Revenge, in Truth or Square, Plankton's Robotic Revenge, and in Hero Pants, and now in this game, the Tales with Shade, and in the Pirate Star game.
This old soft shell won't last a day in jail.
Most of whom have more than a few amusing lines or gags that they're a part of. I got a chuckle out of seeing Mr. Krabs as a Western bandito, or Pearl as a medieval fantasy princess, and the resulting hijinks felt very much like it was straight out of a long-lost episode of the show. Similarly, all the realms you visit along the way are such colorful and vibrantly cartoonish reimaginings of the world of SpongeBob and Friends. It's even got this amazing loading screen.
One loading screen later.
And these way too detailed close-up images of characters that gross you out, both of which are fantastic nods to the show.
I will make myself extra picturesque.
Okay, and I agree with these.
That's what makes it a massive bummer that Cosmic Shake falls so woefully short when it comes to actual gameplay. It's been almost 20 years since the release of Battle for Bikini Bottom, and just over 2 since the rehydrated remaster reminded us of how poorly that game's mechanics have aged. And it's shocking how little that formula has evolved for this dull follow-up. It's almost identical. Dreadfully simplistic jumping puzzles and combat against the same handful of enemies who pose absolutely no challenge wore thin quickly. Sure,
Also, this is not boring at all. Like the enemies, like the enemies are easy. Like when you get down to it, but like when you first play them, it's like they do provide some challenges here and there. Like yes, the game isn't super hard, but it doesn't have to be. It's a very simple, very fun experience. And not to mention that, like I don't know why they're acting like Battle for Bikini Bottom is the only game. Like there are other SpongeBob 3D platformers. You know, there's Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. There is the movie game. There is Creature from the Krusty Krab, which is really underrated. Creature from the Krusty Krab is honestly severely underrated. There's Truth is Square, but well, I mean, there is Plankton's Robotic Revenge and Hero Pants, even though these two I don't think were that good, but I mean, there are other SpongeBob games, like I don't know. Like, yes, this does take the engine of Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, but I think they really, like, went with it really good, and they provided us a very solid 3D platformer.
double jump, ground pound, and glide across gaps using a pizza box, attack with your bubble wand, and sometimes activate.
Yeah, these moves are really good. These moves are honestly like an insane improvement. Like honestly, I prefer the movements in this game. I tend to buy them like way better, honestly, than
Context
Battle for Bikini
sensitive prompts to do special things like karate kick enemies or swing on a fishing line. But that toolbox is extremely light and never puts you into situations, mandatory or optional, that require a mastery over any of these skills. After the first few hours of a campaign that runs for 10, I'd seen just about all the tricks up Cosmic Shake's sleeves, and had to press on through way more of its humdrum platforming and combat than I had appetite for. There are no difficulty options either, so this is all you get.
This is just stupid.
Every level has you jump through some metaphorical and literal hoops broken up by waves of enemies that can easily be swatted away in seconds before going back to platforming. Variety, both in combat and in the puzzles that the platforming offers, is a major pain point, and even as you're traveling through this pirate-themed realm or this Hollywood movie set, you're fighting the same pushover purple enemies or hopping on the same floating rectangles.
Well, like they do introduce a lot of enemy types. Like they did the normal enemies, they did the enemies that shoot tartar, they did the big enemies, they did the enemies that like they did the square enemies, the enemies that shoot bubbles, the enemies that like come from the ground. Like they do shake up a lot of enemies here. Like I don't know what the spiny enemies, the ones that like run at you.
Even when you do get a special sequence, like this chase scene atop a seahorse or this extremely brief stealth section, it's either incredibly short-lived or hardly different enough from the rest of the grind to keep things interesting.
It's only moderately horrifying up close.
The only unique moments are at the end of each level when you fight a boss, like this bout against an evil Sandy the Squirrel in a Bruce Lee outfit.
Cause I'm
She isn't evil. Like she's just acting,
in a mood, and my mood is karate.
Even these highlights aren't breaking any new ground in terms of gameplay, they just feel loads better than the rest of the boring trek. It's not that the controls or ideas in Cosmic Shape are poorly implemented, but that they haven't learned a thing from practically any modern-day platformers that are far more interesting.
Yeah, they have learned a lot. They've delivered a really good 3D platformer. Shut up.
For example, you don't get any of the highly entertaining gymnastic platforming feats or unique and silly combat options you'd find in Psychonauts 2, a game that feels like a
Why are you comparing this game to like all these other platformers? Like it's not like it has different moves. It doesn't need to have all these added. Like SpongeBob has like completely different moves that makes him way more unique, as a 3D platformer.
A lot of its bones would have suited a SpongeBob platformer perfectly. Instead, it plays like every forgettable, middling platformer I've played in the past 20 years. And that stunning lack of creativity in an underwater world that's known for its hilarious originality is a disappointment that thrives.
Lack of creativity? Are you kidding me? Like, this team is like very creative. Like, they have a lot of really cool missions. They have a lot of like really cool stuff. in there. You know, there's a lot of cool costumes. There's like multiple things. Like there's like the game is really spouting out in a lot of ideas. It's awesome. Like it's incredible. They should honestly like do a follow up. I'm really excited for new SpongeBob
a
games.
migraine for the entirety. As a result, playing Cosmic Shake made me feel like I had put on a high-quality foam SpongeBob costume to attend a costume party, but was forced to perform excruciatingly dull chores while wearing it instead of goofing around.
I mean, not dull chores. Pretty good stuff in there.
It's amusing only in the charming disguise that accompanies the otherwise tedious experience. Aside from getting through the main story, Cosmic Shake does offer some optional collectathons to complete, and even some side quests to go on. Most aren't worth the trouble, like this one that has you cook Krabby Patties for hungry fish in a short minigame. That said, there's plenty of new content hiding in areas that can be revisited once you've gained new abilities, some of which hide interesting secrets in areas that can only be accessed later. Usually, though, they just lead to more of the same dull combat and rote platforming you'll already be bored with.
They're actually really good. They hide a lot of doubloons. They had a lot of nice collectibles. There's some really good stuff in there.
SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake is a simple, unambitious platformer that pales in comparison to its
Unambitious. It's very ambitious. It's like the first SpongeBob game in 80 years. It is really good. It is really solid. It does a lot of things new to the franchise. It offers multiple things. It's a really great game.
peers in every way besides all the charm and humor it borrows from the iconic show. Whether it's the incredibly basic jumping and swinging that becomes irksomely repetitive within minutes, or the humdrum combat that has you mopping up the same handful of enemies hundreds of times without anything to meaningfully differentiate the first battle from the last, Cosmic Shake badly lacks the imagination and creativity for which the show is known. The original
It has a lot of imagination and creativity. What do you mean? It is really good. Like it is. This review is trash. This review is just trash.
cast's voice performances and silly gags are certainly a highlight, but if you were hoping for something akin to Super Mario Odyssey in a pineapple under the sea, sadly, this
Why did they bring this to Super Mario Odyssey? This is just laughable. Like it's not supposed to be Super Mario Odyssey. It's supposed to be an adventure. It's supposed to be a nice adventure that feels like SpongeBob, and this is an adventure that feels like SpongeBob. It is everything I wanted. Like, what more do you want? You know?
falls far short. For more, check out some footage of the first minutes of gameplay and our reviews of Sonic Frontiers and KO the Kangaroo. And for everything else, stick with IGN.
Yeah, I'm done. This review is trash. Yeah, this review is just trash, and I'm not gonna bother giving it any shots. So yeah, this was trash. Thank you all for watching, and have a peaceful day, everyone.